Hey guys, it's Sunday morning. Hope you guys are having a good week, and hope you guys are doing well. So I do wake up pretty early this morning. Ironically, I woke up and I was pretty fresh. It was still dark out, and I wake up at 5:30 on the weekdays to go to work, or wake up at 5:30, and I'm like, I'm certain it's 5:30 at this point in time. I By the time I checked my phone, it was 5:31. So it's amazing how the body works and the internal clock and all that stuff. The human body is amazing. But anyway, I start to make coffee and notice it's busy, so I log on. I scheduled till I think noon, and so just got on. I had a couple sips of coffee. I was at home and got this 505 for 2.8 miles McDonald's. Head over there. It's in hindsight, it's not a great offer, but give me a break. I've only been up for like 10 minutes at this point, so get ready to go. I'm like, I'll just go get this order, come back home, and did deliver that by 5:54. Got there at 5:52. $2 tip, not bad. I'm about a mile away from McDonald's anyway, so the mileage is a little skewed there, but so it's 5:52 now. Yeah, I'm heading home. It says 8 to 18 minutes, but I'm just gonna dash from home like I have been basically all week. But I do want to stay out a little bit more this Sunday. Sundays have been good, so we'll get to that. You'll see in a second here. So it is 5:56. I do get home. I barely get home. Take another couple gulps of coffee and get this order 705, 2.0, 2 miles. Oh man, high paying offer. It's funny, gold status, but anyway, delivered by 6:13. Got there. One thing I noticed about McDonald's is there was no dashers there. I even mentioned it to the guy. I'm like, where's all the dashers? He's like, oh, we fired them. He was joking, but I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But anyway, so I'm getting these orders from home. So I'm logging a couple extra miles here and there, but I'm at home. So I do this one, delivered by 6:13. I got there at 6:13. So cool. $4 tip on that one. So that is kind of a higher paying offer for my region. So pretty good little start today. And at this point, everything is supplemental. Obviously, I have a job. So 6:13. 7:16. Yeah, I didn't get an order for a while, but at this point, I actually gathered up some laundry. Unfortunately, I have to go to a laundromat, but popped it in my car. And it's funny because I was going to the store, just a little convenience store right around the corner, and it's funny how some people think, well, if you're stationary for too long, or if you move, you get orders, and it seemed like that happened. It might have been coincidental, but once I started moving, I did get this order, 5:30 for 1.4 miles, delivered by 7:25. McDonald's again. Got there at 7:25. So 225 tip, 305 base. The base is at 305 today, it appears. So that's cool. Sundays have been good to me, and probably a lot of you and a lot of the businesses around here that serve food. So 7:25 now. No map on this one, but 680, 2.5 miles, upright coffee company. I do this one. It was ready when I got there, and deliver that by 7:35. Got there at 7:34. 375 tip. That's pretty good. 305 base. So totally doable. And Sundays show up sometimes. So and right away I get the 680 for 7.6 miles. Delivered by 7:50. We didn't do that one anyway. I'm not sure where that is. I kind of have an idea, but it's ridiculous. We're definitely not doing that, as you guys know. So 7:34 now. Took 7 minutes to get this offer. So this is at the point where I was actually just about to put my clothes in the washer. And I actually started taking my bag away and then my soap, but I'm like, you know what? It's a $4 offer, dude. Put your clothes in. Take your time, or it's a $4 offer. So I did do that. Put my clothes in. I figured in about half hour they'd be done. I'll go run by and put them in the dryer. So kind of an efficient morning, so far anyway. So I did do this. 2.3 miles delivered by 7:51. Oh, also I wanted to go to McDonald's and refill my cup. The manager gave me a cup. She's like, just refill anytime you want. So I got some soda, Dr. Pepper. Actually, I like that. It's kind of like an alternative to coffee. But anyway, delivered by 7:51. We were 2 minutes late. I'm surprised I didn't get dinged on my on-time rating. I don't know why. Should have, but and I could tell when I got there the name on my screen was blah 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 K. They had his last name, but on the bag it just said his first name, and it usually means that's order through like McDelivery or whatever their app. which it was. That's why the base pay is only $2. But I just did it. Anyway, so delivered that at 7:53. Right away, I get the 7:05 for 7.9 miles. There's no map, but it doesn't matter. We're definitely not doing that. I couldn't imagine where that is. 7.9 miles is quite a ways out. So we didn't do that. 7:53. 1 minute later, get this 3:05. 2.9 miles. I know exactly where it's going. It's some apartments I go to a lot, but 0 tip. It's like, F you, dude. That's horrible. I can't believe people still do this, but someone may or may not deliver that. But there wasn't a lot of dashers at McDonald's early in the morning, so you might have got kind of hosed on that one. I hope you did. So we didn't do that one. Yeah, and then my acceptance rate, I mean, I have to do this, It's down to 70% at this point. I declined this, and it's like, all right, I'm totally prepared to, like, dip below 70%, but I can't take these offers, you know what I mean? So, lesson to you new dashers, you can't chase DoorDash. You have to let them know you're not going to do some of this crap. It'll work out in the long run. I don't promise you, but you have better odds of getting better orders if you don't accept this crap. So, did not do that. 7:54. Then I get a 6:05 right away, actually. So 6:05, 3.2 miles. That's better. Starbucks, they were actually on point today. I haven't been there too much. I haven't been dashing a lot, but they usually, I don't know, they were on point today. So good on them. And they're busy at times too. So it's kind of awesome. Delivered by 8:07 is kind of a shortcut there. It's not even really a shortcut in this case, but delivered by 8:07. Got there at 8:04. $3 tip, 3:05 base still. So worth it, good enough. Good start to the morning, and this is all supplemental income at this point, so I'm just kind of stoked. I'm not really that bummed being out. Yeah, I'm driving around. I love driving. I kind of at this point, I'm like, I miss DoorDash, but I know I'm making less money and putting more miles on my car and even making less money after fuel and maintenance. But I was really enjoying the day, listening to the radio, so 8:04 at this point. 10 minutes later, 6:30 for 1.5 miles, Country Coffee. I remember this order vividly. So it's 8:23, delivered by 8:23. I got there at 8:21, but when I got there, their cup holders, it was 3 drinks. It was 3 cups. And they're so bad. I basically had to take one out and put it in my cup holder in my car and keep the other 2 and kind of hold them like a baby in the seat, which I have to do often at some of these places. Delivering drinks sucks. It's that's the only time I've had a spill is or a bad, accident in my car is from another coffee company. I won't mention them right now, but it's so ghetto. You really have to baby those things and just get them to the door. It turned out on this one, the guy was waiting at the door, and I had 1 cup in my hand and 2 in the cup holder, or the little recyclable things. And so I get there, I'm like, hey, be real careful with this. They're horrible. He's like, yeah, they're eco-friendly or something, and I kind of chuckled, and I said, yeah, I'll just bring this other cup to the door, So he went inside, took in the 2 and set them down carefully, which he needed to because they were pretty big drinks, and gave him the drink, and he just said, thanks, man, have a good weekend. I'm like, you as well. So I got out of there, and really at some point, you just got to get the food. If the food gets in the house, you've done your job, No matter if it takes a little extra time, so what, man? It's better than a spill. So he tips me later. I'll show you that too. 8:21 now. 2 minutes later, get this. Same customer, 9:42, 3.7 miles. This actually ends up being a lady 2 doors down from me, so where I live. But so I did this, and but I looked at the grocery outlet, and it was Tampax. So Tampax and coffee. Sorry, lady, they don't know who you are. I'm not throwing you under the bus, but and it's funny, when I was at grocery outlet too, they bagged it. I don't know if they want that extra 10 cents or whatnot. And I'm like, I don't need a bag. But then I'm like, well, maybe I do need a bag. Maybe she doesn't want a box of tampons. I don't know. So I kept the bag and got there, delivered that one. App crashes when I take the picture, the first picture, which happens all the time now. I've even updated recently. I don't know what's going on, but so I get back on, finally take a picture, and it's delivered. $0 tip for the coffee and $5.41 for the grocery. Pretty sure she knew one person was going to deliver this, or she was just so grateful that someone was bringing her tampons. So let's move on from that. 4 minutes later, get this 5:39, 3.2 miles, Ray's Food Place, 3 items. I look at the items. I actually take this offer, and it's not a good offer. And I'm like, God, why do you take this? I was contemplating while I was walking in the store if I should turn shopping off, but not just yet. It does pay off at times. So what happens here is I go in, I find the Halls right away, and the other eucalyptus mint blah 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 should be right there. It's not. They don't have it. And you know what? I'm just like, I'm unassigning. I'm going to burn a completion rate or percentage. So I do. I burn it and walk out the store. I just, it's not worth it anyway. This order is not worth it even if I'm just picking up food almost, you know? So, and no, too bad on you. I know you're sick, but too bad. So I do unassign from that order. I was just outside the store. I didn't catch, I was a little too eager to decline it because what this order was that store order I had just unassigned from, which number one is not fair, DoorDash. I just unassigned from this. That means I don't want to do it. And when I gave the explanation, I'm like, yeah, I said, this order is not worth my pay. It's not worth the pay. But sure as heck, they give it to me on a stacked order. So both these orders aren't good. The other one was Stella's, going to that bottom house. Really not a good order because they're probably only like $5 or $6. But they tried to stack it and do that, so I declined it. Luckily, I was still at 70%. If I would have accepted this, I would have been at 71%, but it's not even worth accepting and then unassigning from one because neither order is worth a shit, really. So I didn't do that, and I'm like, man, I'm going to be below 70 by the end of the day for sure. But so it's 8:48. 8:55, I get this 5:55, 1.2 miles. Somehow it's a high-paying offer. Taco time. I did do this one, though. I deliver to this place quite a bit. Always have, and it's a business. A lot of ladies do order from there. So delivered by 9:05. It wasn't ready, but still got there at 9:03. $2.50 tip. It's actually pretty close to where they're at, so I'm not mad at that. So it's 1 minute later, I get the 7:05, 4.8 miles going up the canyon. Just also not worth it, so I'm burning. I mean, I can't stress enough, guys. You can't take, this order really, I'm going to travel about 10 miles for $7 because I got to get back into town. So if it's not worth it, just don't do it. I don't care. Don't chase platinum. I wasn't at this point. Really don't care anymore. I mean, I want to be platinum, but if you're going to give me crap orders, it's not on me. It's not because of me that I'm not platinum. It's because you're giving me crap orders. So I have to tell them that I'm not taking these orders, Anyway, 9:04 now. So yeah, I'm down to 70% again. I'm just hanging by a thread at this point. I know I'm going to dip below it. 6 minutes later, I get the 6:05. 1.5 miles. So Taco Bell. No, nothing on the map. It shows up later because I got an add-on. So I go to Taco Bell. That's not bad at all. Delivered by 9:22, but it changes because when I'm at Taco Bell, I get this 6:05 plus 6:05. Now, interesting thing about this. So the debate about Apple phones and Android phones, how you can jump tasks. If I really wanted to, I went in the store. I had not showed that I arrived for that second order, which was way up there. So at that time, I only showed one order. So I had, if you jump task and go to pick up, that new order, which is what I would have to do, then it would show me 2 orders and they won't let me jump task and leave and do one. So I went in and I said, and this order was ready. And I said, hey, is that other one going to be a while? And if so, I will just, confirm this pickup and go deliver this and come back. But he said, no, it's almost ready. And another interesting thing about this is the girl that I delivered tampons today, her son, a couple doors down, he works at Taco Bell. And he's not he's not a manager or anything, but when he's there, the orders get done. I've talked to this lady, multiple times. She's definitely a Republican, most likely has firearms in her home, but I told her, your son is, when he's there, things go well. He's a really good worker, and she was proud of him, and glad to hear that. But anyway, he said, no, that order's almost done. So I did wait. So I did jump task, said I arrived at the store for the second pickup, which is kind of an odd thing. I hope you guys got that. Let's try to make it as clear as I could. So anyway, I have 2 orders for 6:05 at this point in time. I delivered by 9:32 for the second one, so if I, would be on time for both. Oh, at the same time, that country coffee guy gave me a $2 tip. When he called the cup holders eco-friendly and flimsy, and they are. So I didn't do that to get a $2 tip. I did that to just get the food in the guy's home. So I'm free and clear, So, but that's cool. He tipped. Good on you, man. So yeah, I get to the first delivery. My app crashes again when I take a photo, so I gotta get back on, or it doesn't crash, but it logs me out. Or it doesn't log me out. It just logs me out. It's annoying as heck. I feel bad for some people that have like on-time ratings that are on the edge, and this kind of stuff happens. Sometimes it's on DoorDash that you're a minute late and you get dinged. So anyway, deliver that. Couldn't show you the name. I don't mind the address there because it's an apartment complex they're delivering to next. Excuse me. So $3 tip, good on them. I knew 6:05. And then, I got there at 9:26, so I was really 6 minutes early. Basically, probably on both those deliveries, or on time or early. So, but we're looking pretty good. It's 9:30 now. 9:33, I get this 4:05, 1.7 miles. Now, I do take this. I believe I had just got... No, not yet. I was checking on my laundry. I forget what was going on. Anyway, I took this order, and I kind of regretted it. I know it's a $1 tip, it's kind of ghetto. It's like, but I took it. So bad on me. Who's stupid? I am. But delivered by 9:45 on that one. The funny thing about this one is it actually turned out pretty good, because when I got to Taco Bell, one of the managers was going on his lunch, and he's like, hey, would you like some cinnamon twists? He didn't want those. I guess it came with his meal or something. I'm like, I don't really care for those. I really don't like sweets, period. I'm like, no, thank you. But I appreciate that. And then he's like, hey, we have an extra stacker. You want that? I'm like, I'm like, yes, please. I didn't say it that enthusiastic, but I'm like, yes, thank you. It's kind of you. So, got a stacker out of that, which I ended up grubbing later at Taco Bell in some orders. I'll show you those too. So, deliver that by 9:45. I got there at 9:43, $1 tip. The thing about this is this goes to like an assisted living home. I deliver to this person quite a bit. The order is miles per dollar kind of work out. So I understand. She's, she doesn't work there. She lives there. So didn't really feel bad about that. And I got a free stacker. So 9:43. 3 minutes later, I get the 680 for 2.1 miles. Starbucks. It's really not 2.1 miles. I don't know why they would route me all the way out of the way. On that main road at the top there, it's actually a highway or the main street in town. So it's not that bad. Delivered by 9:57. Did I get there on time? 9:53, yeah. 375 tip, 305. Reason I got there so early is because they routed me a different way. I don't know. Strange. DoorDash is strange sometimes. So, all right. So, what is it? 10:06. I get another Taco Bell, and they've been on time. They were on point today too. Taco Bell and Starbucks were on point today. Amazing, kind of. 7:05, 2.4 miles. Ironically, this goes right by the golf course. If you can see, they don't show the golf course, but all these those are lakes or ponds they call them, but they're lake. I call them lakes. But there's the golf course. So sometimes when you're at a location, I let DoorDash track me everywhere. When you're hanging out in certain locations, that's why I get a lot of orders, I think, going back to my home. But I've been at the golf course, and usually when I leave there, I'll just log on really quick on the way home. Sometimes don't get an order, but I've been here twice in the last few weeks. And I think it's because they track me being, at the golf course, even when I'm not online, I believe. So anyway, I took this one. I delivered by 10:20, but the best part is I got an add-on. 9:30, additional 3.3 miles. I don't think it's 3.3 miles, but it must be. A lot of that's highway miles up there top, but I mean, of course I'm going to take that. Might as well. I'm kind of having, the end of the morning is looking pretty good. So delivered that one by 10:33. I did have to wait a tick, but not that long for this order because I added on, as you can see, like when I was pretty close to, I think I was at Taco Bell. So I grabbed my stacker that they gave me earlier, which was pretty good. Taco Bell's pretty good. And so I wait for this order, but I mean, just is perfect. Finished eating basically. Another Dasher walks in. The other bag was ready already. She walks up to it. She's all bummed and grunting. And then the other bag comes up. She looks at it and bummed and grunting. And sometimes nothing gives me more satisfaction than that. I love it when Dashers are super bitter like that. So anyway, I just, just take pictures of both of them. Just having fun. Get them in the car and let's go. So deliver this one by 10:33. I'm pretty sure we got there both on time. Yeah, I delivered the first one. Of course, my app crashed again. Or I got to log back on. I'm not sure. I just updated too. I don't know what's going on, DoorDash. But so I got that one there. Yeah, I couldn't give you the time on that. Finally got back on and delivered it because I had to block out a name. A $4 tip though on that first one. That's cool. And I got that second one there at 10:32. So I think I was a minute early or a few minutes early. But 8:25 tip. That one was 11:30. Ended up having to hand it to him. It was kind of hard to follow directions, but he came out and he was totally cool. So, and I'm out of the zone. But at this point, I'm not close to home, but I have to go right by my home to kind of get back in the zone. And I'm thinking, I mean, why not just call it, dude? This is your day off. This is like my Saturday. It's only 10:30, so I might as well. So I do end up going home. I'm at home. I hadn't logged out yet. Didn't get anything. 5 to 15 minutes. Had a pretty good morning. So let's call it. That's it. 10:38. Made $98 today. And I got 15 deliveries. And I'm platinum again, as you can see. So, I mean, doesn't much matter, but I'm going to remain platinum. I'll be able to get enough offers in or orders in during the week, every week to at least keep 100 deliveries in the last 30 days. So, well, there's a lot to get to. Let's break down some numbers too. So on the day, this is a real dash. I didn't just dash from home. I mean, I kind of did early in the morning, but I planned on dashing, so I consider this a real day where hours count for sure. Anyway, dash pay 45, customer tips 53. Dash time was just under about 5 hours, and as active about half the time, almost exactly half the time. Got 16 deliveries in, which helps me to stay platinum if I can just keep my acceptance rate up. So, pretty good day. So you break the numbers down on that. It ended up being about $19.77 an hour, which is less than it's less than what I make at work. And actually, when you break down the numbers for maintenance and fuel costs, if you guys actually do save for that or account for that, it's I still make a lot more working, but this is supplemental income. I don't ever expect to make what I make at work while I'm door dashing anymore. So, but that's a good thing. So, and then break it down per mile. I didn't reset my odometer. I had a couple orders last night that I was charting, but I think it was around 48. Well, let's just call it 49. Anyway, it was basically around $2 a mile, which is, you guys know I'm cool with. Sometimes it's much better and sometimes it was not, but that's kind of standard. So it's kind of like a standard, easy, efficient day. I did get my laundry done. Went shopping, got some burgers. I've been really into red meat lately, but I digress. So on the week though, for DoorDash alone, it was $198.61. DoorDash pay was $93. DoorDash tips $104. So this is where it gets tricky, So I never used to look at active time, but now I kind of do, because if I'm sitting at home and really not working and out there sitting at McDonald's or something, active time means more. It should be a little more, technically, because let's say I deliver something and I'm driving home, it would be more than 6 hours. But the total dash time is 21 hours, but that's also misleading because a lot of times it's like that's off time for me. I'm really not working at all. But of course, you know me, I had to break down the numbers on that. So 21 hours dash time and $6, or 6 hours active time. Break that down for that 21 hours. Technically, while I was on the app and door dashing and accepting orders or available to accept orders, I made $9.45 an hour, which, I guess you look at that as bad, but I'm surprised it was even that much, to be honest, because I don't get a lot of orders from home, especially during the week. But if you want to break down the active time, which is where DoorDash tells you what you could make if you work for DoorDash, ends up being $33 an hour. So, but it's really not that. It's something in between. I would guess, honestly, just about what I did today. It's about $20 an hour. Maybe even a little more, to be quite honest, but somewhere around there. So that's those numbers. Just I wouldn't pay too much attention, but I had to break down the numbers just for some of you guys that might call me out on that. But yeah, then you look at Uber, 3 deliveries, 3 trips, $55. So that's bonus. I mean, I should add that to my earnings, and I would make more per hour technically, I guess. But anyway, it's just more side gig. But so I had a pretty good week. I ended up making over $250 this week in side gig work or delivering food to people, and then I worked. So it was actually a pretty good week. And I don't work a lot of hours at work, so this is all helpful. So really kind of had a good week. I'm pretty stoked on that. Ratings. So let's go to the final rating. So I am platinum. Somehow my acceptance rate ended up being 73% at the end of the day. My completion rate, I burned one of those today. It was 97 when we started, but I must have cycled through the last 100, so it's still 97. So I have a couple unassigns I can burn just for any reason I want. And deliveries got up to 102. So, yeah, fantastic. Even my shopping ratings went up a little, I think. I don't know. Probably would have gone down if I would have taken that shopping order because I couldn't find that one item, but it was a horrible offer anyway. But, yeah, so that's where we're at, guys. Sunday, man, I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. And that was a long one, I know. I'm pretty long-winded, but I really do hope you guys are doing awesome. And I hope you're enjoying the rest of your weekend. And you guys all take care. Peace out.